Hey, this is Matt. Welcome to your secret formula for greater fundraising participation. I know that's a hard thing for schools to do, is to get kids to participate, but I've got some lessons here to teach you how to do that. And I'm glad you came. I'm glad you stopped by, and glad you signed up for this form. So the easy thing to get started here is we want to learn how to get more kids to participate in your school fundraiser and how I got here. Basically, we've been doing fundraisers for schools for the last 7 years. We do a lot of different fundraisers, from discount cards to popcorn, cookie dough, and so we've done thousands of fundraisers over the years, and I just wanted to follow up and share our insight into how to get kids to participate in that. And a successful participation strategy to get the most out of your kids is basically put yourself in their shoes. Learn what you can do to maybe help them understand the process. Don't necessarily tell them, what would happen if they did not participate, but maybe help them to understand by helping them to know that, if they do, they'll be helping the school and helping all those. So keep them focused on task, on what they can deliver. And we know kids are always pulled in different directions. So let's keep the focus on them and keep it really fun, which is my number one point. And the task for getting more participation in your schools is to make it fun. Don't make it a job. Don't make it a chore. Make it fun for the kids. Make it a game. Make it, if it's about a swing set, or about you're funding a new building in the school, or equipment for the locker room or the gym or whatever it is, let them know that they're doing that, and they can use that in the future, or the kids coming up behind them can use that in the future. The number two task to do this, to get more participation in out of your kids in fundraising, is to do an incentive. Anything. My niece used to have a fundraiser at her school where they basically didn't do anything other than ask for money, and the number one kid that had the most money ended up getting a bicycle. And so, they went to Walmart, got a $100 bike, and the number one kid would always raise like $250. So the first kid paid for the bike and some, and then the next kid, I think, got a bike in a different age group. So all those kids were paying for the prize, but any kid that coming in behind them raising $50, $25, that adds up. When you've got several hundred kids in a school, they would raise tons of money that way. So have a good incentive. A lot of fundraising programs have incentives that are actually free to use. I know ours are. So you can just add the incentive to your program, give the kids a bunch of money. The other thing about incentives is, if you give a kid a keychain with a little panda bear or anything on it, just for selling two of the items or one of the items, you'll get a ton of kids that sell that one and bring it in, versus if you didn't offer them anything for doing that. So if you had a minimum sales of, like, you wanted each kid to sell one item or two or three or five or whatever it ends up being, if you give them something small for that and show them what you're going to give them for doing that, they end up selling a whole lot more. The third task to get the most participation out of your fundraiser is to have a great product. Now, I say this because some of the products out there are hard to handle. They're hard to maneuver, hard to move around and get to the customer. Some of them aren't good. Make sure you're with a reputable company when you do the fundraisers. I know in our popcorn fundraiser, it's crazy. When you eat popcorn at the movie theater, you'll bite on a kernel and you'll spit it out, or but with the popcorn that I've had with the distributor we use, you get the big puffy puffs of popcorn, and you have no kernels in them, and I think they sort them out somehow. They get rid of all the seeds, and it just makes for a good experience when you paid a premium price for a premium product. So make sure that you're using a good product, a great product that is, and that way your customers will come back next year when you do the same fundraiser. You're going to have a ton of customers want to buy from that kid that's participated last year, because you incentivized them and did the other things, and the kids are going to want to sell stuff that's good. Number 4 is focus. So the way that we mean when we say focus is keep your sales short. We've seen a lot of fundraisers that go 6 weeks, 2 months, and we do some of those. Some of our products are set up for a longer term sale, but the best fundraisers are 2 weeks long. And the reason I say that is, say you launch Monday and you say, hey, go home and get started today. Next Friday, you're turning your sales in. And then at that point, kids are like, okay, I've got basically one weekend and the rest of these weekdays to get all this done. So they're knocking it out. They're pushing really hard. You basically have 1 week that you launch it, and you're pushing the kids to get out. The next week, you're basically saying, hey, you remember Friday is the deadline. We're turning these in. So you have two. That first week is the push. The second week is the finish up, and so you're getting everything done. And to say that, moving into number 5 is keep it simple. Give your kids easy daily tasks. And in saying that, write them out. Put them on a form. Day 1, sign up for if it's an online fundraiser, register for your online fundraiser. If it's a brochure fundraiser, send a picture of your brochure to all your friends and family. Ask 10 of your friends and family to sign up or to look at your email or to look at your text of the product fundraiser that you're selling. Day 2, follow up with all these people and say, hey, I just want to make sure you got this. Did you want anything? Day 3, go to social media and just have a list of all these things, that each task that each kid can do every day, and their parents can help them, but you knock it out. You get them to do something different every day. It's not monotonous. It makes it fun. It keeps it energized, and it makes that fundraiser go well. You do these 5 steps, you're gonna get the most out of your fundraiser. It's gonna be great for your group.